No, better yet. Oh, you want to see some really cool shit? Check this out.
I'm concerned. Oh God. Nice. I like that. How many cameras do you have? Just two then?
I just have the two. I have my LG for the cat cam, and then I've got like a GoPro, like Sony's version of a GoPro for my regular cam.
It's like I bought another webcam, but I accidentally bought one that wasn't like HD, so it looks like actual ass. So I'm like, well, I'm not ever using this thing.
Oh no!
Because like once you go HD, like you can't go back.
You can't go back.
There's just no going back.
Huge definition. You can't go back. All right. So have we started recording?
I did start, but
really, there's no usable. Yeah.
I mean, it's there, and we can decide to keep it or not. I leave that up. I leave that up to you, man.
All right. Well, I got to use the bathroom now that we've started recording. So, click the pause button.
If we had an intro, this would be the great like cut for an intro, and then like music and an intro, and then we got to work on that.
I wonder if it's like a refresh rate or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, it's got like the little yellow border around it indicating it is what's being captured by OBS. And if I put my mouse on the screen, it stabilizes, but if I take my mouse off of it, is when it starts going berserk. So weird. Yeah. Technology's weird, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, bud.
You know what I mean,
Brodo?
Brodo.
You don't call me Bird.
Do you remember that? Remember those movies?
Yeah, that's the Ernest movies. Yeah.
Yep. I grew up with that stuff, man.
Dude, like Ernest Saves Halloween. Was it Ernest Saves Halloween? I don't know.
I think that was one of them.
Was it?
I think. You know what?
Are we both Googling at the same time?
Yeah.
Why? I need to get out of the habit of using Google as a verb. Like, Google is not a verb. It's not a verb, all right?
I mean, I think it kind of is, though. Like, it's become, I don't even know.
Ernest Saves Christmas is a thing.
Yeah, there's...
Ernest Saves Halloween, that's a thing. That's
the thing.
With that's the thing. That's the one with the Miak, where you had to get the Miak to kill the leprechauns.
It's so stupid.
It's Ernest Scared Stupid. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ernest goes to jail. Man,
dude, like how many Ernest movies are there?
I don't know. I don't even know. Like, where do you?
That's a great question.
Wait. Let's just look up Jim Varney. Because that was the actor. Oh, dude, he did the voice for Slinky Dog in Toy Story.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah. He was the voice for Slink Dog.
What?
Big Slink? What?
No, I didn't know that.
Why is that? Why did that disappear? I didn't do that like that. Here we go. All right. Everything's back. We're back. I did that. I had that moment where I like grabbed a window and kind of shook it a little bit, and Windows was like, "Oh, you want to get rid of all your stuff?"
Why are you shaking your windows? Why even do that? You're just like freaking out for a second.
It was, yeah, I just have jitters, man. Like, come on. Like,
okay.
Calm down.
I ain't making fun of you. I was just trying to figure out what's going on.
You're so mean. Can't believe you would do something like that. Oh gosh. We just
you need to calm down, sir. You need to calm right down right now.
So I think I had topics for us to talk about one day on my like notes and stuff. And like,
oh yeah? What do you got?
Well, I kind of threw those notes away.
Why? Did you have something else in mind?
Well, like
other than Jim Varney?
My cat likes to chew things. So my cat chewed my homework.
Your cat ate your homework.
It was on the back. It was on the back of my notes.
Look at that cat scratch.
Oh.
And I'm not talking about what your cat did.
Oh, I mean, We
Talk
don't
about your
talk about her.
handwriting, fool.
Oh, you mean my chicken scratch?
Well, normally that's what it's called, but because a cat ate your homework, I changed it to cat scratch. See what I did? Do you like what I did? Take that as a no.
No.
Take that as a big on no.
This is kind of weird now that we have like a visual thing, right? So like this is weird.
Why
like
is it
now
weird?
I have to, because now there's a video layer to the comedy to where I can just sit here and just like to the dead silence. So now there's a reason to have silence in it, right? You ever noticed like visual comedy? There's like silence. I could have a whole skit and not say a single word. Or I can transmit an entire idea or emotion or feeling and not say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And we could just have silence.
Hey man, it sounds like a you thing.
It sounds like a me thing.
Sounds like a you thing.
I mean, I've just been like obsessing over audio for like the past, I don't know, 3 weeks for this podcast, you know, like I just sit there and I just like comb through the data. You saw the thing, like all as deep as the rabbit hole goes, it can go even deeper.
Yeah, I saw it.
I've been doing that for weeks.
I saw it and I can't unsee it.
Yeah, it is terrifying.
Dude, I hate audio. Like that's why I'm like, good for you learning all about this audio and stuff. I freaking hate dealing with audio.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna do it anymore. You can't make me.
I don't want to.
What? Don't laugh at me. Because you can see me now doesn't mean you can laugh at me.
This is weird. This doesn't feel
Dude,
the same.
This is no different than when we were doing D&D.
Yeah, I know, but it does, like, that's a different thing. Like, I feel like now that the camera's on, I have to...
You have to perform?
I have to hold my hand like this, and either you're gonna get theater hand, you're gonna get Italian hand. That's Italian hand, yeah.
That's
Italian
racist?
Hand. But no, it's not.
I'm pretty sure that it
Italian
is.
Hand. I don't think it is.
Okay, it's a stereotype. It's a stereotype at the very least.
Right. It's stereotypical.
Go for it. I don't
care.
But
like, literally, I saw a video on TikTok of this kid, this little Italian like 5-year-old, and she was just going, yeah, I just punched the shit out of my microphone too. That's gonna be fun. Ooh.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? Well, that's because like, here, hold on.
You got all this.
Now we got video. Check this shit out. Oh, you got an Eddie cam. That's right, Eddie cam. Okay, you see that? It's because I like made. Where's my thing? There it is. All right. This is my microphone.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it before, man.
Like I've made like
you 3D printed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I know about this.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't.
Well, I think they do.
It's not all about you.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
No.
I was gonna say something else, and then I decided to just go full on narcissist. No, I'm pretty sure you've shown that off and talked about it during your streams.
Yeah, but
that's where I know about it.
Now the podcast people know about it.
Okay, that's fair.
And now they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that? Like that thing's huge."
Everything about thing. Eddie is big, baby.
Yes, because I compensate hard for stuff. I hard compensate.
Do you drive a lifted truck?
I even got a big cup full of big pins. Like that's how hard
I thought you were going to say something else. I'm not even sure what I thought you were going to say, but I did not think it was going to be pins.
Pen.
I got some pins.
I got a cup full of stuff. Yeah, whatever you thought I was going to say.
I don't even know because, like, yeah, I just didn't think it was going to be pins. I was ready for anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm ready for anything and everything. So
you weren't ready for that, were you?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. What are we going to talk about?
I don't know. You're the one with the list.
There is no list. We talked about this stuff in the last podcast. This was the list for the last podcast.
Well,
I haven't we covered all that stuff.
Well, let's see.
Really,
let's see what's going on in Twitterville.
What have you been while you're looking? What have you been doing? Like, what have you been up to, as far as like life of Jared? You been doing anything wild and crazy? Like I've been plugging along with my journey down the rabbit hole of Unreal Engine. We're actually making progress in that. That's pretty fun. I do enjoy that. It's kind of like the only thing that's bringing me happiness as far as like creativity, because it's like bold new worlds where no man has gone before, but many people have been there already.
Mm-hmm.
Just not me.
Well, there's always something new to learn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Are you doing anything like that? Are you broadening your horizons?
Honestly, I'm still just
playing. You just been modding Skyrim, haven't you? You just been modding Skyrim. You
want to hear the crazy thing? I modded it till I broke it, so I started over again. Dude, I had like 500 mods in by the time. Like I downloaded something or something got crossed somewhere and it would just crash. Like I would be in the game for like 30 seconds and it would just crash. It would just crash. And I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, you know what? I can't sit here and try to figure this out for too long. And I uninstalled it, deleted everything, and started over. But see, like, it's not that funny.
All that modding work.
Hey, but I learned a lot. I learned about which mods that I want. Because here's the problem with, like, we're talking about freaking modding Skyrim again. Just like last time. I don't want to talk about it.
No,
I don't want to talk
on.
about
like,
that, though.
So there's been a podcast in between the last time. Because remember, we recorded two at the same time. Even though I'm holding up 4 fingers. Two at the same time.
4 fingers. Whoa. You're gonna have to blur that out. And you totally should too.
Yeah.
The finger scissors. Yeah, you're right though.
Tell them what the hell it was. Oh.
No.
Skyrim. You got up to 500.
It was something
so
like.
So how do you know? Like, did you export a list or something? Was that you? Was that me?
What?
Did you just hear a USB sound?
That must have been you.
That's another thing we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Erroneous USB sounds.
I don't have that problem.
I do.
I don't have that many USB things. I just have like my microphone and my mouse and my keyboard. And that's like it.
So how do you know which mods you use?
I just remember. I did figure out how to get a mod list, so I did grab that before I started over, just so I would have it as reference as everything that I had, and I could kind of cross-reference. But for the most part, I can pretty much remember what I chose and what works and what doesn't work. And the problem that I ran into is, like, I would download a mod, play around with it for a little bit, and then realize that I didn't really like it, get rid of it, and then install something new. Unfortunately, you do that too much and your game is just getting scrambled like freaking English breakfast. They don't do scrambled eggs, do they? But you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. That's not a question for me, because like a biscuit is not what a biscuit is in like British terms or UK terms or whatever.
That's true.
I don't know how they screwed that up. I don't know how like people in Europe screwed up what biscuits are. Like, because it's obviously not us that screwed it up, and then like they had the thing first. That's not what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a question to ask Sarge. But yeah, so I started over, but I've already got like 150 mods installed, and I just started over. So just that gives you an idea of, like, I know what I want now, more or less, and I know where to get it, and I know how to do it. You know,
yeah.
For the most part. So I think this time around, like, I've already restarted. Like, since I've started like getting into modding again and stuff like that for Skyrim, I've already restarted. This is the third time I've restarted. because I hadn't done it in so long. I kind of forgot how it works, and you know, the do's and the don'ts of, you know, modding and stuff like that. And like that's what happened. Like I would mod and I would just throw a bunch of mods in there, and there you get a lot of incompatibilities, or you install them incorrectly, and then your game's just irreversibly screwed, and you just got to uninstall and start over. And this is the third time. The third time I've done that recently, so I'm hoping this time will be the charm. I was doing good there for a while, like it was looking great, it played great, I wasn't having any crashes, and then I dug too deep and too greedily.
Oh no. Oh no, you woke up the Balrog. I
woke up the Balrog of Skyrim modding. And
dude, did you see that they're going to be making a survival game? It's Return to Mordia or whatever it is.
Yes, I have seen that. Is it supposed to be co-op? Because if it is, we need to play that.
Are we just going to be little dwarfs in a dungeon?
I think it's just dwarves returning to Moria and rebuilding it. It's like a survival crafting game.
So it has to be after Lord of the Rings. It has to be like,
sure.
Like literally it's the beginning of the Fifth Age. Right? Even though the description is like in the Fourth Age, blah blah blah.
It is co-op. It is co-op, by the way.
Oh,
I think we need to play that, dude. when I first saw this, I was like, we need to play this.
Okay.
But yeah,
I think could be little dwarfs and down in a dungeon.
Hey man, you can't say little dwarves. They're stocky. If you called a dwarf little, he would probably cleave you in twain.
No. Yeah, well, I mean that would be easy for him because he's already halfway there. Like it's just like eye level with him.
It wouldn't be easy because if he's gonna cut you down the middle, he's got to reach all the way up.
I thought you was talking about sideways.
No, in twain.
Twain means two.
Yeah.
You could have somebody and they still be in two pieces.
Well, just put yourself in my brain and just assume you understand what I'm talking about without me having to explain it.
No, I keep getting cat hair. Cat, stop flicking your tail in my general direction and putting cat hair in the air. You're filling the room with dander.
Oh yeah, this game looks cool, man.
It does look cool. Like graphically, it's kind of like, okay, it's a survival game, but
yeah, but it looks good for a survival game.
Does it?
I think so. But I mean, it's all underground too, so you have to imagine like it's a lot of brown earth tones, stone. But you know, you get some of these like carved stone structures with some like light coming in and stuff. Like I think it looks pretty sick. Like there's this, for some reason I can't share the picture or like, because it's part of Epic or whatever.
Oh, you're looking at it on Epic Game Store.
Well, I'm looking at it in my browser for Epic, but it's like a picture of a dwarf in front of like a waterfall and some sunshine coming in, and to me it looks great.
Yeah, but what does this have to do with how many movies Ernest has made? Because we never found that out.
Well, that was on you, man. You said you were doing it.
Damn it. Dang it. Well, you brought up a Slinky Dog, and then some other things happened.
Which is related to that topic because it's the voice actor, the same dude. So I was keeping things. Yeah. I was keeping things on track, and then
this is what happens. What were we like base talking about though?
Mods and Skyrim.
Skyrim mods. Why does everything go back to Skyrim mods? Oh my gosh, dude!
Like, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Change the name of the channel.
No,
we just need to change the name of the channel to MXC mods. That face is worth any kind of punishment that comes afterwards.
What could I possibly do to punish you?
I don't know. My brain's small, dude. Like, you gotta remember, my brain is small. I spent all my energy explaining audio for DaVinci Resolve. Or not DaVinci Resolve. No, what? Yeah, DaVinci Resolve. That was the culmination of my brain power.
Do you have a PlayStation 5?
No. I don't have one.
Me neither. I was just wondering if you were gonna try out the new God of War.
No, I'm gonna wait until it comes out on a PC, man. Like I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna try not to like indulge in a God of War. I'm just gonna try not to, but
In what?
yeah, like God of War.
Gabubu?
I tried to use the abbreviation. Do you ever do that where you're like sitting there talking and you make like weird sounds to make it funny, but it doesn't work out? Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God.
Have fun editing that part.
I like having this little bit of control. Oh, we might just leave it as it is and just let it happen.
For sure. But you're gonna be the one doing it, not me.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm pretty much
It's gonna be a night. It's gonna be a nightmare to edit, dude. It's gonna be a nightmare.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Because it's not gonna like. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put it in there and I'll be like, "This is shit," and I'll just throw it away.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, yeah. Don't.
Oh my God! Don't you dare! Don't
my
you
God,
dare!
My cat is just like rolling on her back, and now she's got her. God, dude, look at this.
Well, let's see it. Let's see it. You can't talk about the cat and not show the cat.
She's just got to like. This is what she does, dude. Like she puts her back legs. She puts her back legs and stuff against me, right?
Yeah.
And then she like sits there and she'll like push on me,
Yeah.
and she'll like shove me and stuff.
Yeah.
But she wears just roll over. Oh, you don't like this? Well, I don't like you on me. Oh my God! Pause.
Really? I'm not pausing. You can't pause.
There's so many claws. You can't pause this. This is real cat action. This is painful, dude. Her claws. I need to trim her claws. You know what?
My gosh.
Young lady, you're about to upset me. Don't fall. Don't fall. I just don't want you to fall, baby. No, I'm not trying to hurt you. I just don't want you to fall. You know what? Screw it. Fine. You fall, you fall. Are you stuck?
Oh my God.
Is that it? Yeah, she is irate.
She's
It's okay.
feisty.
It's okay. I love you. I love you. It's all right. Please don't hurt me. God almighty, dude.
Oh my goodness.
No, she's never gotten like that. Are you okay? I'm worried. Oh well.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Maybe. Yeah, she's a cat. Yeah. Don't you have cats? You got cats, right?
I have a cat. I have a cat.
You have singular. Okay. Does your cat get like rambunctious at night?
Oh yeah. Well, cats are nocturnal, so.
Yeah, I understand that. Like my cat, both of my cats have been, dude, they've been wilding out. They've been wilding out when it gets dark time, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, mine will start running around and just like jump up on the bed, then jump right back off and run into the living room and and come back and sometimes he'll come back with a toy, sometimes not, and sometimes as you're walking by he'll like try to like swipe at you. It's like you little bugger.
You little a-hole. What the hell?
Like for no reason. Like for no reason. He does it especially to my brother, because he's my brother is my roommate. So
yeah.
The cat will it's like a little assassin cat after my brother for some reason.
Oh, get him! I'm gonna get him and take him to dad.
Not as much.
Yeah, my cats. Yeah, they get wild at night. Like I'll hear Elvira. She'll be sitting here in the office and nobody will be in here, and she'll be like, "Mama." And I'm just like, what the fuck? She like the first couple of times she's done it. Like I walked in here to see what it was, and that's where I screwed up, because then that let her know like, oh, if I do this, Dad'll come in here and hang out with me.
Attention.
And that's what she wants. She just wants somebody to come hang out with her, right? Because she wants to be in here, because this is the hot room in the house. But like, yeah, we're in the bedroom asleep, and yeah. So now at like 2 o'clock in the morning, we'll just hear. It's weird, dude. It's weird. And then you'll hear the little pitter patter of her like claws ticking on the floor, and she'll like stop and look around the corner, down the hallway into the bedroom.
Yeah, cats are strange, man, but they're pretty cool too.
Yeah, they are. And they're so fluffy. Oh my god. They're so fluffy. Unless you got a hairless cat.
No.
That's got to be a weird thing. Like, I've seen some people with hairless cats, and like they're just not. They don't seem like they'd be great to cuddle with. You know?
No, not for me.
It's just skin. Like they do have hair. It's just really thin. Like
it's like peach fuzz, but all over the body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that much. Like I like animals and stuff, mostly more than people. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to like cuddle up with the little sausage casing, you know?
little sausage casing is okay. Hey,
little sausage casing, you know.
I've never heard them called that ever.
I've never heard it. I just made it up. First thing that popped in my head.
Oh, are your sinuses starting to kick in because of the weather change or what? Dude, my nose is starting to run. I can feel it. I'm gonna get sick.
I already went through all that with COVID.
Yeah. You had the ick, huh?
Well, I had that, but I also had a sinus infection at the exact same time.
Oh no, brother, no.
I still have like a cough that just won't go away.
Yeah.
My sinuses are mostly cleared up. Like I get some congestion occasionally.
Yeah.
You know, usually when I'm trying to sleep, of course, because that's how that works. I normally get like allergies and stuff like that when the seasons change. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, I was just making conversation, you know, like I don't want to be basic and, you know, talk about the weather and stuff.
Okay, but, we don't have to talk about the weather, man.
But like climate and like how it affects us, that's tertiary to the weather. So, bam. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about the weather. Like I agree though, we shouldn't talk about the weather because you're right, that is basic. Everyone talks about the weather.
Basic.
It's like small chat, you know, small talk, like conversations that people have with other people that they're not really interested in having a conversation with.
Yeah.
They're just doing it to be like polite instead of just being like, "Hey man, I don't want to talk to you." They're like, "So, how about the weather? How about this X sports team?"
Yeah, or insert sports.
Yeah, insert sports team. You know, like that's all small talk is, man. It's just people who are they're too chicken shit to tell the other person that they're not interested in talking to them. And just say
it. Well, they just don't want to be mean to one another. You know that's a thing.
It's not mean though. Like unless you do it in a mean way. Like if you're just honest, like if you're just being honest though, I mean, I don't think
honesty's harsh, bro.
Both people have to be mature enough to make that happen though. Because the other person's probably always gonna get butthurt and take it the wrong way, even if you don't intend it to be that way. If I'm busy or like if my head's somewhere else and I'm like really like having a hard time like trying to figure something out, and you know Joe hairy balls over here comes over and is like, "Hey, guess what? I've got hairy balls. You want to know my whole life story?" And you're just like, "No, turn the volume down. I can't think. Turn the volume down. I can't find where I'm going." Instead of just like letting that continue and letting that behavior like propagate, you can just be like, "Hey, like let's talk again some other time. Like I'm trying to work out some stuff. Let's talk another time." And then you walk away.
Try to work out some stuff.
You don't have to be specific about what you're dealing with. Like there's nothing in the clause that says I'm going to be honest that I don't want to talk to you, but I'm not going to like give you all the details either. I'm just going to be like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, like slow your roll. Like, good to see you, but like, I can't do this right now. I'm dealing with whatever I'm dealing with, or, you know, whatever it is I'm doing. Or maybe I just don't, I just want to be left alone. People don't understand the need to be left alone unless they're introverts.
I will say there are some people that don't respect the bubble, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
this,
what I mean.
This recording is like after the vote, like go vote day stuff, right? And like me and my wife, we went and voted. Oh my God, we were standing in line, and there was a couple behind us. And they're talking to each other, and that's fine, you know. By all means, like do your thing. But they were like this close to us, but behind us. Oh God, geez, like it felt like my own personal hell. Like I hated it every second of it. I was just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I hate going to the grocery store.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people walking around like they own the place. And I'm here and sitting here being like, can you just shut up? Like, you're in a public place. No one wants to hear what you have to say.
But who are they talking to?
I don't know. Themselves?
Nobody?
Nobody?
Do you have people just walking around your grocery store talking to absolutely nobody, but still just talking? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
You just got crazy. You need to move. You're in a crazy part of town.
Oh, I know.
You need to move. You're in Crack City.
Oh, I know. I know. That's not new information, man. I hate it here. But I don't know if I would. I don't know where I would be happy though. Like, I feel like I could go anywhere else and I would be faced with the same problems. I would need to move to like the mountains or something where there is no people.
Need, so there's a couple of things you need. You need a place to where you can make money, right? So you gotta find a place where there's a strip club you can work at, and then you need a place with good internet, and you need like not being like nut to butt with your neighbor, right? So like I live in suburbia nightmare number 3, and I hate it here as well. But I don't have crazy people at my grocery store because
dude, got all kinds of weird things people here, man.
Well, you live on the West Coast, right? Yeah, you're like Northwest or whatever.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. There's some oddballs out there, especially out in Portland or something. Like, I've heard Portland's pretty crazy. Like, what's that other, it's not San Francisco. What's the one with the disc? Seattle. That's what it is. Seattle. Yeah. Why do you hate it?
This is a city. It's just full of people and bums, trash, nasty smells.
Well, the bums. You sound like a middle-aged white guy from like the 80s. The damn bums, they're everywhere.
Well, I am a middle-aged white guy from the 80s. Just about.
No, I mean like middle-aged in the 80s.
I know what you meant.
But you're right, you are from the 80s.
I know. I don't remember it, but I know.
Yeah, same here. Like I remember very few things about the 80s. Do you still get that like nostalgia stuff? Like, oh, this is old. I love Stranger Things. I don't remember this, but I lived it.
I do like Stranger Things. And a big part of the reason why I like it is because there is that retro feel. Even though I was too young to remember the 80s, like I remember the 90s, which was very similar to like the later part of the 80s because it kind of blends in there.
Okay.
You know, just
it does this.
Like this thumb is like the mid 80s and this thumb is like the mid 90s, and they're kind of the same right here.
And then they come together and there's the steeple, and then you got inside and there's all the people. Yeah. Oh, she's giving me the stink eye.
Can we see? Can can you show? I want to see the kitty. I want to see the stink eye kitty. Since you're able to do it so easily.
It's like,
oh,
she's like, I can't believe you just opened that drink right next to me. Okay.
Oh, sounded like a hiss. It's like that cat is like, you hissing at me?
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I don't know.
cat doesn't understand that you just opened pop bottle. Do you call it pop or do you call it soda over there?
In the South, it's called Coke, regardless of what brand it is.
Yes, I've heard that.
Soda is acceptable. Pop, when somebody in the South calls it pop, that means they're not from the South. Soda's acceptable. Like, okay, they can still be from the South.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you say pop, no, you're a person that came from up north or somewhere else, and now you live here. You weren't like raised in the South. Nobody calls it pop.
I'm trying to think.
We call it soda, Coke, or drink.
I think that's it. I don't drink soda that much anymore. I'm trying to think what I call it. I think I just call it soda. I don't think we ever really call it pop. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure soda, I have at one point.
Soda, Coke, and pop and drink is like, those are your three options. Like, that's what it is.
So drink is specifically soda though, or is drink just
an all
drink
around is just
whatever
what you drink?
Okay.
Yeah, I need some drink.
Okay.
I got a drink.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Okay.
You're the expert.
What do you call it? What do you call drink?
Well, that's what I don't call anything just drink.
Why not?
Unless it's
what
like
you drink, is it?
Unless it's something I need to get something to drink. As long as it's like not the direct subject, or like if I know what I want to drink, I'll probably be like, oh, I'm gonna go get some water, or I'm gonna go get some coffee. You know, it's a specific drink. But really rarely, unless I'm saying I'm going to go get something to drink. If I'm not purposely trying to be specific, but I don't use drink as like a noun.
Oh, we're getting into grammar. I think drink is used in a replacement of like thirsty. Like, I am thirsty. People in the South would normally say, I need some drink.
Okay.
Like, I'm thirsty. I would like something to drink. They'll just say, I need some drink.
I need some drink.
I'm gonna go get some drink. Like,
is it drink or is it drink? Is it?
I mean, it depends. It's on how you say it. Like, that is based off of like probably how you enunciate your words and stuff like that. Like, typically, I say drink.
So I still can't tell what you're saying. Are you saying drink or are you saying drank?
Drink is past tense of drink. Like, if I went, like, if I'm saying, yes, it is.
It's just you. It's the way you talk, man. I can't tell the difference.
Like, if I'm telling a story like, well, I got thirsty, so I went and got some drink. That way I drank it and yada yada. Like, drink is past tense of drink. That's how, like, that's what that is, right?
Yeah, it is. But I feel like you're using drink a past tense as like a present tense. Like,
no, what you're probably hearing my accent and thinking I'm saying drink.
No, that's exactly what's happening. I'm just telling you that I can't tell the difference.
Oh my gosh.
It's not my fault, man.
Man, that's some good drink. That's good. That's good. See, this is the visual comedy we need. These are the visual elements to this podcast.
I know. It's
just
me looking at the camera like freaking Jim from The Office. Just like.
Yeah. Yeah.
To the weird shit that you say. That's not a bad thing, though. It's not a bad thing.
So you got crazy people in your grocery store.
Dude, there's crazy people all over the damn place, man.
Yeah, but like, usually down here, crazy people tend to leave. Like, crazy people leave you alone. Like, because crazy people want to be left alone, so they do unto others as they want done unto them, right?
I mean,
they want to be left alone, so they leave you alone.
It depends on, like, if we're talking about like legitimately crazy people or just like scummy people that we just call crazy because we don't like them.
Well, not scummy. I mean, like, people that just are weird.
Well, I'm okay with weird. I'm pretty weird. You're pretty weird.
No, I mean, like, socially weird. Like, oh, I'm just gonna walk down the street talking to myself and not have a Bluetooth in, or not have my phone like blah, 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 like that, or any like no indication that I'm talking to another human being, right? Though that's weird.
Okay.
You just sit there like doing that. Like I do that, but only when I'm like in my car. Like I run through scenarios in my head and shit like that. But I think everybody does that.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Maybe.
But yeah, there are people that literally walk around here talking to themselves, probably because they're on drugs. Yeah, drugs.
Drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
That's all I'm gonna say about drugs. We've already probably said the word too many times, and YouTube's gonna like suppress this video now.
Some of this might get edited, maybe. So like take our actual amount of drugs used, which is probably 7 instances, and cut it in half. So that's like
you can't say it like that. You can't say it like that. You can't say our drug usage.
Our drug usage has been cut in half just by editing, right? Oh my god. Editing alone will reduce our drug usage. What?
Sounds like a 90s like drug campaign. Don't do drugs, kids. Editing will reduce the amount of drugs. Because I don't know. Maybe it was an 80s thing. I don't really remember the 80s.
Are you talking about your brain on drugs commercial?
Just those like the Dare commercial. Remember Dare and...
Yeah, that was a 90s thing. That was definitely a 90s thing. Because I remember that stuff. It was a late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, because it was all like in the schools. Like you had people would come in and, you know, t-shirts on and talk about don't do drugs and stuff like that. I mean, I don't remember it vividly, but I'm sure it happened.
So where would you move if you ever did move? If you wanted to get away from the crazy people? That's where I was going with that when we jump back onto the thing.
I don't know, because I haven't really been to enough places.
So would you like, I'm trying to figure out what the thing is that you were going to be looking for. Like me, myself, and I, like if I moved, like I would look for climate, right?
Sure,
like
that would be a big thing.
Like I like the climate where I'm at. When it gets winter time, it might snow like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. But during the summer, like it only gets up to like 108. Like under 108, 110's hot.
That's
but
hot.
it's only like 2-3 days, maybe a week, something like that. It's only enough to like not get used to it, but everybody to be like, man, it's hot, right? So yeah. Like the climate in upstate South Carolina is actually really, really nice. Once you get lower in the state, it's more swampland, and then it gets like your cheeks stick together. Like it's that. It starts turning into that, dude. Like seriously, the closer you get to Florida from where I am, like the more humid it gets.
Been to Florida, would never go there. I'll never go there again if I can help it. Sorry if someone's listening and is from Florida. I hated it.
Oh no, like that's the thing. Everybody that's in Florida understands. They're just like, yeah, no, it's sticky, it's humid. You're breathing pea soup.
Well, no, if I moved anywhere, it would definitely be more temperate. Like honestly, the weather here in the state is actually not bad. It is starting to get a little warmer during the summers than it used to, and I don't like that, which makes me like, why am I even still here?
Yeah. Well, do you have like how much, like if you measure your snow in feet? No, I'm not gonna live there. Period.
Right. And
so do you measure your snow in feet?
Occasionally.
No.
Like every 8 years we get like a snowmageddon.
A snowmageddon?
Yeah.
Snowpocalypse.
A snowpocalypse, and like I think the last one we had there was I don't think it got in the feet though. Maybe 8 foot.
Yeah.
Which is actually quite a bit for this where we're at here.
Like how do you have so little snow though? You're so high north. You're so like far up, you know?
I think because of like where we are.
Ocean?
Like we have the ocean but also mountains. so the mountains
Yeah.
catch a lot of the snow before it gets to us, and the rest
Alright.
just gets blown around us and stuff like that. We do
Yeah.
get snow, but it
makes sense.
usually only lasts for like a couple days and then it melts away.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens here. But we're like upstate South Carolina is at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, so yeah.
We're talking about weather again.
Dang it! Why? You've done this to me.
You asked me. You asked
you
me.
did this to me. God,
We tried to get away from it, and then you brought it right back, being like, "Where would you live? It would be climate determined." No, right back to weather. But you're right, because I mean, like I like the rain. Like I love rain. Like if I could be in an environment where it's just raining, like give me a good downpour. Yeah. I like downpours and like light lightning and thunder.
So you're emo. Okay, got it.
No. I wouldn't associate. Not that there's anything wrong with being emo, but like I definitely don't. I can't claim that demographic. Like
You just like being wet.
No, it's not even that. Like I like the sound of rain. I think it's soothing. I like the smell of rain. You know, it's just. I don't particularly like being soaking wet though. But I won't walk around I won't walk around outside with an umbrella though. That's how you like when you were saying people who say pop, you know they're not from the South. People who are walking around here in the rain with umbrellas, you know they ain't from here.
No, that just means they don't want to get wet.
Nope. Ask anyone here who's a native of the state and they will say the same thing. I didn't make this up, man. I ain't making it up right now.
What?
I'm just telling you.
That's wild to me. Like, okay. Like me, I don't mind being wet. Like, I just don't like being wet.
Yeah, like having to like be the whole day soaked.
Yeah.
I hate that too. I hate that too.
But you like the rain.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be out in it for like a super long. I'm not out there working in it. Like, if I go from my car to the grocery store, I ain't pulling out an umbrella. It's 50 feet, 100 feet or whatever, 100 yards. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, but some people they'll
just pull out an umbrella, as that means they're not from Pacific Northwest. Okay. That's, all right.
I'm just telling you. Like I said, I didn't make this up.
Let it be known, if you pull out an umbrella in the Pacific Northwest, you're gonna get jumped.
There's no more ridiculous than people who say pop and you being like, I know they're not from the South.
Yeah,
you say pop out there, you say pop, it's a sound, not a drink, god damn it.
It's drank.
Sorry. So weird. This is a weird conversation.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be probably maybe the weirdest podcast today.
I think so, but I think there's also the added weirdness again, like you said, though, of us being able to like see each other, and it's a visual element now and not just an audio element.
I can tell when you're not paying attention.
Can you?
Yeah. Don't smile at me like that. I'm a married man. Don't do that.
I can make weird faces all day long, my dude. Don't tell me not to, because then I'm gonna do more of it.
You got RWF.
What?
Resting weird face. Okay, that's stank face.
Stank face?
Yeah.
Did you say
stank
stink?
face.
Did you say stink face or stank face?
Stank face. They're two different things.
Stink face. Drink.
Stink face. STINK.
No, I know the difference. I'm just
that
egging,
is when
I'm
you
egging
smell
you
something
on.
bad. Stank face is when something bad has happened.
Oh Okay. Okay.
And then you're reacting. You're like, ugh.
Like, I smell some stanky. I'm gonna go have a drinky.
Don't forget your hanky.
Oh, or is it hinky? Now that's like if something's weird. Have you ever heard that term? If something's hinky?
No, I've never heard that. I almost thought you said kinky for a second.
No, I can't remember. I've heard it in a movie. Hanky. What the heck? It's from a movie that I grew up watching.
No, it's not. It's not a thing. It's not
It is a thing. Look it up, my dude.
Is it HANK?
No, I think it's like HINKY. It's like suspect.
Hinky. 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 So peculiar as to arouse suspicion. Curiously odd.
I think it needs to be the slang definition, which means like nervous or jittery.
Dude, the phonetic spelling is HINGKE.
I see that. Hinky. I guess there's kind of almost of a G sound in there. Hinky.
Yeah, it does say suspicious.
Yeah. So if something's hinky, you're like, something ain't right here.
No, like that's not a word though.
It's on the internet, dude. That means it's real.
No. Just because it's on the internet doesn't mean it's actually a word. Dude. Even though it's defined and has a definition, that doesn't mean it's a word.
It's in a movie.
At least not in my native tongue.
I wish. Oh yeah, it's from the movie The Fugitive. One of the marshals, like, he's like hinky, hinky. Remember The Fugitive with Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
A long time ago, and my parents were watching it, and I was just like, eh.
Yeah, it's the one like U.S. Marshal with the mustache.
Yeah.
And he's talking to Tommy Lee Jones. He says something like, "It's this hinky," and Tommy Lee Jones is like, "What? Like you?" So it's like, "What? Yeah, hinky. It's hinky. What does that mean?" Like, we played out that entire scene without even realizing it.
I don't think Tommy Lee Jones was acting when he says like, what? I don't think that was. I think they just captured the natural confusion of hearing that word for the first time.
Maybe. It's possible. Yeah, it's a good movie, man. You should watch it again.
Oh.
See, that's one of those movies that I grew up watching like a lot of, because we didn't have like cable, like Nickelodeon and all that stuff. We just had like basic cable or like the regular local channels. So there wasn't really a whole lot of stuff to watch. So we had a lot of VHS movies. Yeah, that's right. A lot of VHS.
We had a whole bookshelf. I had a whole bookshelf of VHS. And then we had the neighborhood thing too, right?
The neighborhood?
Like share and copy VHSs. There was a guy in the neighborhood that had two,
of course,
players or whatever, and one
VHS
record
players.
And one replay. Yeah. And he would like, we just make copies for everybody. Yeah.
I got into that a little bit because you started getting the functions on VHS to like tape what you're watching, so you could like tape TV shows and stuff like that. And for some reason I really liked doing that. It's like, oh, there's a new episode of Star Trek, I'm gonna go tape it so I can watch it again. Because you didn't have, referencing to our conversation in was it the last podcast or maybe the one before that, we were talking about Netflix and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff back then didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
You either watched it on TV or you waited for the rerun, which would be like after the season was over. I don't think they had reruns in between episodes back then. It was like you had if you missed it, you had to wait till that season was over, and then they would show the reruns until the new season started. Like
long running stuff like Star Trek and stuff did have the weird thing where they would have like the up-to-date episodes on like ABC, and then they would have reruns on like a sister channel or something like that. So you could watch the reruns while watching the same, like you could be watching like season 2 while watching season like 10 or some shit like that, because Like, it was such a long show that the beginning of it already went into like rerun territory and stuff like that. Golden Girls, I think that have it with Golden Girls and stuff like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch? Are you a Golden Girl fanboy?
I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it. Sorry, dude. There he goes. And he's gone. He'll be back. Oh, there he is. What? Don't point your finger at me.
Friends.
Why?
We can't be friends no more.
It's not
because, dude.
Just because I haven't
You don't know
seen
the
something.
glory. You don't know the glory of Sophia, okay?
You're
You
right.
don't know the glory.
I don't.
She is a cute little Italian lady, you know. She has a story for every occasion. Are they made up? Probably. But it doesn't matter because it's there to teach you life lessons.
Is it really as good as you remember it though? Like, when was the last time you actually watched it?
A couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah. No, like when I think they were like taking it off of Netflix or going from one platform to another. So they were just like, hey, this is about to go away or something like that. Like, me and my wife just sat there, like, just watch. Like, that's what we watched. Now though, it's Bob's Burgers, so we watch a crap ton of that. So
I've never seen
that's
that either.
pretty good. This sucks. I hate it here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen, dude.
Dude, bro, like you don't know the majesty of Bob's Burgers,
Name something else. I probably haven't seen it.
of Golden Girls. God.
Name something else.
Somebody's gonna be getting some box sets for Christmas.
Name something else. Guarantee I haven't seen it.
Freaking The Regular Show,
Nope.
Adventure Time.
I know what it is, but no, I've never watched any.
God, dude.
Go ahead, say it.
I'm gonna stop
Ask me-
sitting down. That way I don't have to do.
Ask
do
me
all
if
this work.
ask me if I've seen Rick and Morty. I haven't. Ask me if I've seen Harry Potter. I haven't.
Oh, how have you not experienced these things?
So here's the thing, like,
It's
it's
like
I haven't watched these things because I'm not necessarily I'm not interested in them. It's just like what happens is, like, I don't go see movies and I don't watch TV. Like, I do everything on everything's like YouTube or Netflix or stuff like that. And so if something comes out, I don't normally see it, but then it's gone and it's moved on, and so have I. And I rarely am walking backwards. So, like, stuff just gets by me that I haven't seen, and then I just never see it because it's kind of like irrelevant.
I think you might be the weird one in the grocery store. Because I'm pretty sure all those crazy people have seen Golden Girls at least once in their life. Maybe. You might be the weird one. Yeah, don't be doing that. That's weird. Don't stop that. You're freaking people out.
That's from Dumb and Dumber. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know there's like 3 or 4 Dumb and Dumber movies? Like,
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous.
There's like the original one, which is the best one, which will always be funny.
Yeah.
They had the one where they were like young, which was actually not super bad. It was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Still not great. And then they did the sequel, which was like 20 years later, which I never saw. And I really have that's one that I just have no desire to watch. That's why I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I don't feel like comedies should have sequels 20 years later. Because, like, what was funny 20 years ago is no longer necessarily funny or relevant. Like, comedy is very, like, situational in a lot of ways. You know?
Well, you do have evergreen comedy, which is, it's very more humanized comedy, to where, like, it's a play on the human condition type stuff, right? Like, that kind of stuff. That's always going to be funny, no matter what. But there are things where culture affects how, like you said, like, it's in that time period. Yeah, there's a cat behind you.
Yeah, there is. Did you?
We saw it. Yeah.
I didn't see
his little tail's been in the shot, like doing the little wiggle.
I
And
didn't
he was
even
up on
see
that
it.
table behind you. Yeah.
I missed it completely. I just hear him
Yeah,
running
I was just-
around.
I'm letting him sneak up on you is what's happening.
It's because I haven't seen Golden Girls. You're gonna let my cat kill me on camera for the
Hopefully your
clicks,
cat
for the
will
likes.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully your cat will take you to Jesus. And Jesus will be like, "You haven't seen Golden Girls? You're not coming in."
But then he's just gonna bring them out because they're all freaking old and
Yeah,
dead.
and just make it. No, they are, and that's very sad. I can't believe you just said that.
I only said it because I knew.
I can't believe you would do something like that. Anyway,
I'm the weird one, remember?
I want to see if your cat like comes at you and like tries to kill you. I want it on film.
He's not gonna do that. But he's just like he came into the door and it's like looking at me over the bed, like on like the bed, and he's just like looking at me, just like, and then did that, like he's like
he's
gearing
prowling
up,
you.
yeah. What are you doing?
He's gonna pounce.
He doesn't do that though. That's what's weird.
Maybe not that you've seen him do.
I mean, he doesn't do that to me.
Yeah, this is how they never see it coming.
There's that movie. What was that movie with the lion? I think it had Val Kilmer in it.
Oh yeah, that
You know
one
what I'm
movie
talking
where
about?
they were in Africa and there was just like the alpha lion. And
Yeah,
like,
the lion that got the
the
taste for like.
Manhunter or something like that.
Yeah.
Are we about to Google
Lion?
Google's not a verb. Val Kilmer.
The Ghost and the Darkness. The Ghost
movie.
and the Darkness.
I don't believe you.
But
Okay, it is the Ghost in the Darkness. It is. I can't believe you would lie to me and tell me it was the Darkness and the Ghost like that. 1996.
Yeah. Dude,
It had Michael Douglas in it too. Jesus.
Dude, the 90s was like the golden age of movies. I'm telling you.
I think so. Like action movie, because you was coming off of the action movies of the 80s, right? So you're coming off the action movies of the 80s, and then you have like the rom-coms, the like the straight up funny movie, like comedies, like solid comedies. I think, but that was late 90s, more late 90s than it was anything. Maybe early 2000s, something like that. And then you had what was the other types of movies you had? There was like dramas and stuff. Like you had like Italian movies, like mobster type movies and stuff like that. Because wasn't not Godfather? When was Goodfellas made? That was in the 90s, right?
Goodfellas was maybe. Great movie.
Well, I mean, you don't know. You never watched it.
I have seen that one.
It was a Martin Scorsese film.
Yeah, man. Freaking like 1996, 1997, man. That was like the best time for everything, for like movies and like some of the like most iconic like video games back then, and like some of the.
Why do you think that is?
I think the technology was like on one of those changes where things were changing so drastically.
Yeah.
Not, you know, just the technology mostly. So like
I think you're kind of wrong on the video games. I think like early 2010s is video games. Like from 2000 to like 2015. Those were some of the best video game years out there.
Dude,
Super
Super Mario 64, like that was all the freaking N64 era.
Okay, that was an iconic thing, like GoldenEye, Super Mario, and all that stuff. But like,
Exactly.
You didn't get Halo. When did Halo come out?
I don't know, but Halo
Like,
isn't
I
like
think
the be all end all.
I know, but like, I mean, it was the be all end all FPS. Before Halo, like
2001.
Yeah, so like the early to mid 2015 issues, right? Like we're still feeling the waves from those types of games.
Yeah, well, I mean, but Halo can't carry that entire generation of gaming alone. Like, what
Well,
else?
it was Halo, and Call of Duty. Halo, Call of Duty, and I think Battlefield.
So
Like,
it was
basically
like
the big three now.
it was the decade of shooters.
Yeah, like it was a decade of FPS. Like they figured out FPS. BioWare, they figured out RPG stuff.
Okay,
Like with Mass Effect and Dragon Age
I will
and
say
stuff like that.
from like 1997 to 2007 was probably the best years for video games.
Why do you say to 2007?
I'm just picking a date. It's a 10-year gap.
When did Skyrim come out? When did Elder Scrolls 4 come out? Or was it Skyrim was 5, right? 4 or 5?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
5, I think.
Yeah, it was because it had
But that was
yeah.
like 2011. So I mean,
But that's why I say the mid 2020, like the 2010s, like 2012, 2013, and then like 2014 were big years in gaming.
okay, so
They
how about
were
like
huge, dude.
1996 to
So a 20-year
2006
span.
or to 2016. I don't fucking know.
That's a 20-year span, bro. People were born
So the
and
games,
died in that
the
amount
games
of
that
time.
were of my childhood, essentially, were the best.
They're the best
games.
ones, period. Not because they're the first ones, but because of my
I
childhood.
don't care about them being the first ones. It all comes down to nostalgia.
What's a unsung hero video game and or movie, like in piece of entertainment from your childhood that night? Not everybody is just like, oh, this was the best, yada yada, like Halo, right? Like that's a sung hero. People sing about that hero. Ah, Halo, right? They do the whole Halo ring thing. What's one that nobody is like, oh my gosh, that was such a great insert piece of entertainment? Because I don't see video games. I don't see video games as video games. I see them as pieces of entertainment, much like movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. You're trying to you're trying to tell a story through a medium, and the benefit, what makes it a video game, is the viewer is the actor in it. Like they're the character. They're the, by actor I don't just mean like person in the thing. They're controlling the narrative to a degree, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have the challenge of going through.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, that's a crazy thing we could talk about. But I don't know if I want to talk about it.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know if I want to talk about it because it'll spoil some shit. For
What do you mean?
like an idea that I have for a video game.
Okay.
But I mean, I think I would love to like have your input on it. You remember how the other day, like I was talking about like Unreal Engine 5 and stuff, and me and Chat's got a couple of solid ideas for video games and shit. Like one of those, like I don't want to put the idea out there too much,
Sure.
because if I do, it ruins it.
Sure. I understand that, actually. I
Yeah.
agree with that logic.
Yeah. Like I feel like I've already done bad things by talking about it with my chat. But see, like that's the thing. Like if I'm gonna ever make a video game, it's gonna be on stream. Like because I don't have time to not do it on stream.
Right.
Because like my only other time is when I'm not on stream. Well, I work when I'm not on stream. Like literally, I work and I like do other, like I watch cartoons and that's it. Like I'm not getting rid of my cartoons. I'll cut out work, but I have to have a source of income, right? Like,
Yeah.
so.
I got nothing against cartoons.
But no, what's your piece of entertainment from your childhood or young adulthood that's like nobody's not keyed into? What's the thing that manipulated Jaw Red? What shaped his mind?
Oh my gosh.
It could be something on the computer. It could be like it doesn't have to be entertainment. Like it could be like AOL. Like AOL had a huge impact on me when I was a child. When I was a young Jaw, AOL shaped my childhood. Like it could be that.
See, we didn't have AOL. We couldn't afford it. We had CompuServe.
What do you mean you couldn't afford it? That shit was free. You get it. You
No,
got it
it
on the
wasn't.
disc. You got
You got, like-
thousands of minutes.
Yeah, but it still wasn't free.
Well, I mean, I just kept making new accounts.
I don't know. We didn't have AOL, and we had it like once or twice, but then we just ended up going with CompuServe, which was like a completely free browser or internet provider or whatever at the time.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. You want to know, like, does it have to be something that's like obscure to most people?
Well, I mean, like, let's say like
What do you mean? What do you want from me?
We were talking about like RPGs, right? It doesn't have to be obscure. It's just like you know how Sarge always brings up Kingdoms of Amulor, or however he fucking pronounces it.
Yeah.
Like he always brings that up as like a great RPG because it was.
It was
But
okay.
not everybody's turned on to Kingdoms of Amulet, Amulor, and whatever. You know, like something like that. What's a thing that like not everybody talks about that you were fond of as a child?
Well, I mean, I would really have to take some time to think about like the most influential, but I mean, I can think of a game that I really enjoyed. That is fairly, I wouldn't say it's completely unknown. It's probably like a cult classic kind of a thing. But it was called The Neverhood. You ever heard of that?
The Neverhood, no.
The Neverhood.
The Neverhood is a 1996 point-and-click adventure video game developed by The Neverhood Incorporated and published by DreamWorks Interactive for Microsoft Windows.
Yep. It was an entire game in claymation.
Oh shit, really?
Mm-hmm. But it was this weird, surreal type of a world with like it didn't explain anything. Not really. The music was it was bizarre, but it was like really catchy at the same time. Like I don't think there was any.
This game?
I'm sure you could find it. Like I don't think you could buy it from a store, but you could probably find it on eBay or Craigslist or
that, or it might be on GOG.
Oh yeah, it very well could be.
I don't think I have GOG installed. Shame on me.
I think I do. I just have to. It probably would have to update though, because
Yeah, that's.
Hello?
There's a wiki fandom about it. Download the Neverhood Windows.
Huh.
Yeah, if Windows published it, that means they probably. No, it's on myabandonware.com.
Yeah, I would imagine you'd have to download.
That's probably got bugs.
No, you'd have to download an emulator probably in order to run it. I doubt it would run straight on Windows 10 or 11 or whatever's out there right now. I really like the art style of this game. Like, oh, yeah.
I really like that. Like, it looks so good.
So yeah, there's a section for it on GOG, but it doesn't look like you can buy it there, which is unfortunate. Yeah, there's like you can search for it and it shows up, but it doesn't give you the option to pay for it or buy it.
That means they might be working on converting it. So that's one thing that GOG does is they take old video games like their Neverhood and stuff like that, and they make them playable and purchasable on their platform.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you, this is for you and for anyone who might be listening as well. If you want to play old games and you don't want to download like a DOSBox emulator or whatever, GOG is the way to go, because Steam will sell old games, but Steam is not optimized to play old games. So you will buy those games and they will not work. Yeah,
just like SWOTOR.
Well, I think
I bought it on Steam and it does not run whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I tried to buy Daggerfall. It was I think that's the first. No, that's not the first Elder Scrolls game.
No,
that's like the second or third one.
Yeah, it's Elder Scrolls 2.
Yeah, you're right. I think I tried to buy that on Steam and didn't work. But here's something cool. Here's something cool on GOG that I actually have. I think I own it. It is a Unity remake of Daggerfall. Like, I'm kind of into that.
A Unity remake?
Yeah, like the Unity engine, which a lot of indie developers use to make games and stuff like that. So essentially it'd be taking what is essentially a 2D on the verge of 3D and making it like more 3D than 2D.
Yeah, I see it. So it's a Daggerfall Unity cut. That's wild, dude.
Yeah, I haven't played it or tried to play it, but I saw it and I bought it.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, I mean, I don't know why you're buying it because it's free.
Okay, well, maybe that's why I downloaded it. Maybe because it was free. I don't know. I don't see a price because I already have it.
Yeah, that's... I wonder if GOG did that. Like, if GOG was like, you know what? Let's talk with whoever, probably ZeniMax at the time, that owned Bethesda, or whoever owns the Elder Scrolls IP at the time, and was just like, let's get a Unity version or a version of this game and make it. Because there's no way they're going to be able to sit here and sell it without Bethesda like losing their absolute shit, right?
Right.
Because it's mostly like, yeah, this is like the Daggerfall is like a Duke Nukem style 2D. It's first person, but it's more 2D than it is anything. But they do have the original Daggerfall that works on Windows 7, 8, 10, and 11. Doesn't work on Windows 9.
Oh, well.
Windows 9 is not a thing.
Okay.
That was the joke.
Okay, I don't...
Why didn't you understand it?
Was there not a Windows 9? I can't remember.
I drank too much.
They skipped 9?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
They did the 8.1 Surface tablet, whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember that stuff.
That was a tech joke for tech people. Gosh. And it was even a bad joke at that.
Guess I'm not a tech person.
Oh my goodness. I put technology in the tags of this podcast. You have to be a tech person. I was like, tech podcast.
I have a cell phone. I am technologically.
Okay. There you go.
You happy now?
We appeased the YouTube gods.
Oh.
Yeah, I need to.
Are you happy?
I need to. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm always happy, bud. Please wait while I install this.
As much as I appreciate GOG, I never use it.
The only thing I have GOG for is that's where I bought Cyberpunk through. So
right.
That's my platform for Cyberpunk. But I do have, once you have Cyberpunk installed, you don't have to have GOG. You can delete GOG.
Right, because GOG's all about not having the DRM free games and stuff like that.
Yeah, you just install the thing and then you have it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh God, why is my nose just like losing its mind all of a sudden? Oh.
Because you're on camera, bro.
Like, oh yeah, my nose is just like, oh, you want to be like this? Great. Open the gates. Let loose the gates. Everything comes out. Dude, like the gates of Mordor just opened up and my nose is running now.
I just see like I'm
so sorry. I feel so disgusted.
A little plebeian in your nose. Oh, launch the gates! My lord!
How are we going to end it now that there's like a visual thing? We're just going to fade to black? I guess just fade out?
Just fade out.